Welcome back, Younis.
Thanks for having me, Mo.
You know, you kind of went Hollywood on us.
Like literally, dude.
What were some actions that I did that made you think I went Hollywood? Let's hear it.
You moved there.
Yeah, that was step one. Snake.
I did move there.
What else, Mo?
What else, bro? Are there anything in particular that I've said to you?
I mean, it's actually the opposite. You don't say much to me anymore.
Ooh.
Now you know. I don't know. Would you say I went Hollywood? I mean, I'm back in Chicago.
But for how long?
I leave tomorrow
There
morning.
you go.
Yeah. I like Hollywood, man. I'm not in Hollywood right now. I'm living in Sherman Oaks. It's
Okay,
like
Sherman Oaks.
20 minutes away from Hollywood, I would
Okay.
say. So I'm not like, and I'm only there for what, a year? I come back hopefully maybe February, unless, I really like it. I'll stay another year. But
What made you just freaking go there?
I think I've always wanted to just say F it and move somewhere since I was like 18. Like ever since I graduated high school, I remember telling my mom, I'm moving out. And then 10 years later, I finally did. And I went to visit California a few times. We connected with some good people there. And I just wanted to change it up a little bit. Like Chicago's great. Chicago will always be number one. But it was just cool to change it up, see if we could meet, connect with new people. It's a whole different scene there. And I just wanted to like change it up, challenge myself. Like, okay, I'm new to this scene. Let me see what damage I could do here. Let me see what I could learn. Let me see what I could take away.
So what have you taken away so far?
That it's at the end of the day, I was telling this to Rami about on the way here, like how, like at the end of the day, all that matters really is the jokes. You know what I mean? Like I thought if I go there, everything's gonna change. Oh, my perspective's gonna change, and a lot of stuff changed. But at the end of the day, like what's important is I just want to be the best comedian I could be. I want to just focus more on the jokes, and so it doesn't really matter where you're at. I don't like that you're making that face, man.
By the way, give it up for Younis for doing his hour for the first time.
I guess knocked it out the
Hell
park,
yeah.
man. Alhamdulillah.
All of us just saw your show. Actually, let's let the people know what the situation is. Younis just killed his hour
Thank you, man. Thank
at
you. Lockport.
Lockport. What's the name of the theater again?
Roxy Theater.
Roxy Theater.
Roxy Theater.
Killed that hour.
Thank you, man.
And after that, he was talking to all his fans. And it took a while, but we got here to the
was just
T5
people. It
office,
was
and
just
now
the
we're doing a
people.
podcast.
I feel like the people that were there have fun, and it was good to hear what they thought of the show. It was good feedback. Some people, it was good to see what stuff resonated with some people, because I didn't know what I was walking into. I thought it was going to be a home game, but there was a lot of people that just said that they got it was on the newsletter, the Lockport newsletter, or like email list, and they were just like, oh, I heard of it. Just wanted to stop by, and man, that was amazing. Oh, I didn't, it was a really, I just feel like a bucket list comedically moment. It was always on my bucket list to do an hour since I've started, and it just feels good to like finally attempt it, take the leap, and now it's like, all right, what's next? Let's polish that. Let's make it perfect. Let's run in other cities. Let's just keep growing. Like I remember I used to stress about 5 minutes. Like
I still stress about that.
yeah, but this is the thing, you're gonna get past that, Mo.
Yeah.
Maybe once you go Hollywood, you'll experience these things. Rami featured, by the way. Rami shut it down. Rami was the
Shout out Rami. You killed the
Thanks
show,
for
Rami.
having me.
Man,
Thanks for doing
me and Rami came a long way, man. This is dude, we've done.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. That was freaking amazing. Dude, I don't know what you guys were expecting. I guess because I was expecting Younis's audience in the sense of non-white people,
a lot of
very
white-
specific. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And even when I got there and I saw the crowd, bro, I went downstairs. I was like, yo, your Rockford people are coming, right? I was like, are they gonna be here? I was like, it's not just that, right?
Yeah,
it's not just that. And he's like, no, yeah.
They're coming,
And,
Rami.
dude, and maybe no, some of them did come, but it was like
It was majority older
Yeah.
white, It was Lockport. It was like what is it called? Like the Midwest. It was just like when you think of
Yeah.
what's the Midwest
very
like?
town, small
Yeah,
town.
small town.
It was nice though. I really
They're so kind. They were
Crystal
all
Lake
so
vibes.
kind. All of them. Not one person after the show. Like I felt like they just were thank you, come again.
Yeah.
You gotta see you again. And they were just genuinely good folks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah. You have to understand, Lockport. The only thing Lockport's ever had is a haunted house. Now they have Younis Dhaher. It's like whatever, man. They're cool. They're happy that someone else came to town and.
the mayor of
and
Lockport
killed
was
it.
there.
Yeah,
Shout out the
was
mayor.
there.
He went up, did 10.
He did 30 minutes
Yeah.
with no jokes.
No joke.
I love how he was like, he goes, first of all, this man, he goes, yeah, I've seen that guy Rami before at the round or at some venue that I never performed at. which means he saw another Arab guy there that he thought was me.
Yeah, no,
I just
I went literally like 2 weeks.
Maybe he
ago,
thought you were
so I'm being
beer.
confused.
Oh,
I don't know, bro.
It could be. It could be.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I was just like, okay.
Him and his wife, Wendy, they if it wasn't
Yeah.
for them, I would not have been able to do
Of
that
course,
show.
yeah.
The way that whole show came to fruition and came to I was talking to an ESL class for like Arab Heritage Month or something,
Crazy.
you know. And Wendy's one of the teachers at Romeoville High School, and she stopped by. She saw me. You know, it was like 4 different classes. So one of the classes, she walked by and heard the thing, and she was like, "Hey, like, why don't you do a show out here?" You know, and she helped me set it up and
Nice.
connect me with the Roxy Theater. And then it was like, then they came, they sat front row, and
Nice.
it was. I just wanted to make them proud.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
nice.
my intention. I was like, I just wanted to walk out thinking, did people have fun? Yes. Did they laugh? Yes. You know, is there something they could take away from it? And then, you know, this is just the beginning for us. Like,
100%.
you know, in a few months, you're gonna run yours. Maybe I was gonna run his.
Inshallah, inshallah.
So it's you guys are all gonna, you know.
Yeah.
And it just felt good to just attempt it. You know, put it all on the line. Like, all right, I'm coming, and you know, and
Yeah.
I just feel like I could breathe now. Like it
Yeah.
was stressful, you know,
Of
leading
course,
up to
no.
it.
And I was so happy. I was like, hey, that's my guy up there.
Man, I appreciate
Doing
it,
his
bro.
hour, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
alhamdulillah.
I think one of the funniest moments was Hamoodi greeting.
Oh my
Every
gosh,
joke, yeah,
he's
yeah.
so funny. Bro, me and Adil were in the back just dying.
He raised his
bro.
hand. I was like, anybody here trying to date?
And he doesn't
Yeah,
clap.
yeah.
He raises.
Yeah,
he
he raises
so
his
politely.
hand.
Just-
Like,
he's
yo,
such a-
Anyone single here?
Anyone single? Hamoodi's raising his hand.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6 years old, right?
No, he's. I think I said that on stage just to be funny. I think he's about to be 13. He's,
Oh,
he's
mashallah.
no, he's actually 13.
Oh,
And he's-
wow,
yeah,
dude.
mashallah. Yeah, he's a beautiful guy, man. I love Hamoodi. We're gonna get him on the podcast one of these days.
Hey.
I keep.
Oh,
I
yeah,
keep.
I want him to
He
roast
watches
you.
every episode. Yeah.
He's awesome, bro.
You remember the comment he put on one of my
Yeah,
videos?
yeah,
Can you
yeah.
tell that story?
Wait,
It was
yeah.
the side chick joke. He commented something.
No,
Did you
it was
see
on
that?
the it was on the podcast, the YouTube. He makes
Yeah,
comments.
yeah.
His-
He comments on
something
that.
gamer or something.
You know that one clip I posted where it was like
Your
the,
side
it was
chick, he
the
was like,
side chick pregnant
Hey,
joke.
Eunice, you don't have a side chick.
He commented that. He's bullying me.
yeah.
I look at the username. I was like, "That's not Moody, man." What are you know, no, I love this kid, man.
He
He's
raises his hand.
you know, he could sing really beautifully. Like he has really good
Oh,
musical
mashallah.
Didn't
taste.
he make a song?
He did make Hamoodi has a song out on YouTube. You can find
Oh,
it.
I love him.
Annoying
song.
The annoying song. That's what he called it. He
Yeah.
freestyled like 80% of it. And what's cool to see was he added a chorus though. He added a hook.
Yeah.
He added a verse, and
Yeah.
he timed it perfectly. He was just riffing though. It was all off the top.
So beautiful, man.
and-
I freaking
and so
love him. I loved
he-
seeing him. He gave me a hug today,
He did a
man.
talent show not too long ago too, where he like went up there and sang a whole song. But man, he's the best, man. I love Hamoodi. We're gonna get him on. I promised him at some point we're gonna get him on the pod. He wants to be
hell yeah, dude.
a guest on the pod,
I'd
so
love
we're
to
gonna
have
get
him,
him.
bro.
But when you come back to Chicago, Eunice, are you gonna be in LA forever? What's up, man?
The plan right now is once the lease is up, I'm planning to. I'm assuming I'll move back. But you never know like what God has written. If an opportunity comes while I'm there and it's like a really good opportunity, and I'm I'll probably stay for that. But if once the lease is done, I think I see myself coming back here and just doubling down on what we have here. This foundation that we've built here is beyond amazing, and I just think creatively I can move creatively easier knowing I got you guys here. Adil is back from St. Louis, and I don't know, I think there's so much that I want to do. I have like plans that I want to do with what we
There's unfinished business here.
a lot of
man,
unfinished
for sure.
business.
Yeah.
And then
For sure.
that's the plan. But you never know what God has planned. Maybe tomorrow I'll say, actually, I'm moving to Mexico. You know me, I'm fucking a wild card. So,
Yeah.
how does Adil? You're back. How does it feel to be back?
Overall, it's been good, man. Been back for about 2 months now. So
I heard
Alhamdulillah.
you didn't bring all your cats with you. You left some of them in St. Louis. Is that true?
yeah, actually, couldn't fit in the car, dude.
Well, Adil did
Just threw them
something.
in the dumpster. Let them fend for themselves.
Low key, cats are independent like that.
They
can
are,
probably
dude.
take
They
care
can
of
do
themselves.
whatever they want, man.
They'll know how to do it.
Yeah.
But what's his face? I want to say Adil freaking set up like a monthly show. It's a monthly T5 show.
That was yesterday.
And
All
yesterday
art
was
show.
the first one.
Yeah.
And talk us through it, Adil, because you literally took lead on this and you made it happen. So
Yeah, no, I think us as a group, we kind of needed something more consistent. We've had our showcases that were like maybe a few months apart. Now it's like I think our last show was last year. So
Yeah.
in Chicago,
Yeah.
we've
Chicago
been
show, that's true.
we've been going elsewhere, but in Chicago. So I just figured like we should do something more monthly showcase and something to kind of take the pressure off us to come up with a new set every month, because a lot of people come to our shows often, so showcase other talent in our community. So we had, 3 other talented performers come up, and they weren't just comedians. So we had, a singer, Nurhan, who was like amazing. She shut it down.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Saida is a spoken word poetry artist. She has a book out as well. She killed it. And then Eddie Yuma, I think a lot of people are familiar with him.
Yeah.
He was our closing act, which was like,
He
that
blew
was
the
a show.
roof off the place.
Yesterday, that was
Yeah.
a show, man.
I never seen a cafe that lit, man.
Dude,
So-
never.
I low-key, we've been
Never.
like 2 for 2 with cafe, bakery, like
Yeah, no,
vibes, you know what I mean?
I personally think that those shows are better just because they're more intimate. I think everyone who's there is like, they're more, like they feel like they're more part of the show.
Yeah.
Versus a theater, like someone sitting in the back, they're kind of just like in the dark.
Yeah.
And a cafe, like
Yeah.
everyone can see everyone type thing. And
Yazid, you did your thing at the cafe, man.
Did he perform? He shut it down
Yeah.
yesterday, man.
Yeah, no, I'll try some new stuff.
Yeah.
I've been writing for like the past like couple weeks.
You didn't do that one joke. I was expecting you to do it, but you didn't do it.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
Which
it was,
one?
Don't give it away.
Oh,
though.
that's true,
Yeah,
that's true.
don't-
Maybe save it
don't
for a
give it
T5 show.
Yeah.
I won't say the joke, but I will say the premise.
Okay.
That Mia Khalifa used to follow me on Instagram.
That is such a good
Mm.
premise.
Yeah, so there, and this is true. So there is a lot.
I don't believe you, Easy. No, it is true. That
I
is
have
crazy.
screenshots.
Yeah, that was crazy when she followed you, though, man.
Yeah.
That was
Okay, now we were up, dude. We were all up.
dude. T5 stock went up. You know what I mean?
Yazid, that was his prime, bro.
You know, honestly, like how like every person, whether it be in music or like in acting or whatever, they have their peak. Like that was my peak. You know?
That was a big peak.
You know, I believe it,
Everything's
man.
been going downhill since. Like,
Do you think is she's behind, like she's trying to like now go out of her way to like make your career like make it hard for your career? Like, what if there's a conspiracy?
Wait, I have a question for you, Yazid.
Yeah.
She followed you. I'm assuming you followed back.
Yeah.
Did you like her pictures?
Wow.
Why did you DM her?
Well, I did say.
Oh!
So you slid into Mia Khalifa.
Oh my gosh, Yazid.
It's very bold.
That was bold.
I told her, hey.
Sorry about the text from 3 years ago. She scrolls on. You see, he's just saying some wild shit. She's like, wait. He unfollows him. She's like, who is this guy? Lombard South.
No, I did. I did what's it called? I sent her a message saying, "Hey, let's do a video together." I think she took it the wrong way.
Oh.
well,
Yazid. Oh, okay.
No.
Pull out the receipt.
Okay,
I
Yazid.
sent her a message saying, "Oh, like thank you so much for the follow," and she's like, "Oh, anytime." And that was it.
Anytime.
Damn. Then she also, when she unfollowed, you should have sent her the same message. Thank you so much for the unfollow. Oh, anytime.
What's crazy? Like I didn't know she followed me to begin with. I think it was your cousin Gucci. Your cousin Gucci
Yeah,
reached out to
Rayan.
me.
Yeah.
Messaged me saying, "Yo, Mia Khalifa's
Followed you.
I was like, "Yo, I don't even like."
Yeah, cut the crap.
Why are you keeping tabs on who I
Come on,
follow?
Yazid.
No, but you know what it is? Maybe like, because she reposted your video. That's what it was. And I think
Yeah.
he saw the video and then he probably went and looked at, that she follows you.
Yeah. So then then I started doing this thing where I was keeping tabs on mine. Like, oh, she's still following me? Every single
How
week.
long did she follow you for?
It was like a good 6 months, I think.
Damn, that's crazy. That's
He
like,
was
yeah,
riding
you guys
all-time
kind of
high.
dated, honestly. You dated Mia Khalifa, man.
6 month
What's
relationship,
crazy
man.
for a while, there was Mia Khalifa fan pages on Instagram, just following me.
Whoa.
On
Can we roast her now that she unfollowed you? Can we just start roasting her? And no, you went.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're still friends. They're still friends.
They're still friends.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
It's just crazy.
They-
Like, is
they
she still
unfollowed on good
is she still an
terms.
actress? Or no?
Are you a fan of her work?
No, she was on the Rami show. She killed that.
Yeah.
She did kill that.
Oh, she was on the show. Yeah,
She was on the
Yeah,
show.
that's why she followed you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
that
he made the clip about the Rami show.
Oh, that was a
Right.
video.
It was originally so Rami had released season 2 on Hulu, and then I just made a funny little promo video on my story.
That's so crazy.
I just tagged the whole cast of season 2 on that, and then Rami got back to me and said
He
"Oh, thank you for
reposted.
thank you for the repost," and then also Mia Khalifa shared as well. So that was 2 big stars. So I was just but different stars in there.
Hey, big stars, man.
Hey, Easy, would you ever be an actor?
No.
Remember when I was moving to LA and I told Rami man, if it's hard to make money, I'll just start selling, nudes. Or something. He's like, you're not that no one's gonna buy your nudes. Like I used to think being a porn alright, if it all doesn't work out, I'm gonna be a porn star. But it's actually hard being a porn star.
I don't think you qualified.
yeah, you gotta do a lot.
I mean, you maybe.
You gotta respect the craft.
Yeah.
As
There's art in it. There's
It's
art
like me
involved.
saying like, if this doesn't work out, I'll go to the NBA.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is not easy. There's, you know what's sad? You know how there's like SoundCloud rappers that never get like plays. There's
Yeah.
porn star actors that don't get views.
All
Like,
right, let's see.
you know how low that
That
is?
never
You're like,
made it?
all right, I'm gonna sell my body at 3 views.
Yeah.
That's so sad, man.
Gotta do better
That's
next time.
pretty
Yeah, that's like the saddest thing, man.
That low key. That's
I just start giving them like TikTok advice.
Yeah, he's editing their video.
that would be.
Imagine-
that's such a
imagine-
unique thing.
Yeah, they fail. They start a podcast and they still no views. It's like, yo, man, shout out to
Bro,
porn
I don't
stars,
know.
man.
But freaking. But so I had to set up this monthly show.
Oh yeah, forever.
It went freaking well. I think it went very well.
It went well.
We had amazing acts, and what was your? I want to know your vision. Like, what was your expectations versus like how it went? Like, did it live up to that? Was it what you expected it to be?
The show itself went way better than I thought it would go. Especially leading up to it, I just felt like, first of all, I made the flyer myself, and I am not a flyer.
It was
maker.
fire.
It was a good flyer.
I made it on Canva, dude.
Shout
I
out
just
Canva.
like put some shit together, and then I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, I feel like we shouldn't put any more money into this. Let's like just put something out. And then you were telling me like, oh, we should put the faces, and I was like, I'll try. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I didn't even do that.
Damn.
And then I just felt like, I felt like normally our T5 shows has a lot of hype leading up to it, and we just didn't have that for this. But I think the day of the show was just amazing. Like
sold out.
we sold
It
out
sold
the
out.
day of the show, like a few hours before, and then like everyone was there early. That never happens at our shows.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
That was
everyone was
really
there
cool. It was a
like
vibe, though.
8:30, 8:40. People were
Yeah.
just
Some
there.
people were there even a little bit earlier because I got
Yeah.
there early and they were already sitting, you know.
Yeah,
just sitting.
so that was really cool. And then I just think like the energy of the show is just great. Like, especially I think just because it was in such an intimate environment. Like we started the show with like we had like the music playing for everyone coming on and off the stage. Like when you got on, it was Demi Falastini, and then like in such a small room that just
Dude, they
it hit-
clapped right away.
Yeah, and it hit so much
That's not about
harder.
the text. That's me. I think that's me.
Oh damn, dude.
What?
That's
You freaking put it on silent? You
Yeah, I'm gonna do
freaking
that.
ball sack? Nah, bro.
Hollywood,
These
dude.
messages.
They started clapping right away, bro,
Yeah.
with Demi Falastini. I didn't even do it. I didn't even do it.
Yeah.
I like walked in, they just were doing it, and I was like, damn, that's the
think-
power.
So like the vision for the show, I think, is just kind of to build more community around.
Yeah.
Like T5 is like, us 5 getting together was originally just like we knew each other peripherally and we got together, and like now we've created this community. But like there's more people in our community that do other things besides comedy, and I think
Yeah.
us showcasing that, like we have an opportunity to do that because we have experience throwing shows,
Yeah.
knowing what it takes to throw a show and everything. So putting other people in our community up and showing our talent is
so
really
if somebody
important, I think.
messages us, yo, how do I get on the show? Do we have like a process? What do you think would be like? Because if we do this every month, we're gonna maybe start
Yeah, I mean, I guess like they could just reach out to any of us,
Okay.
and then we're just gonna put together a showcase of whoever. I told the performers from yesterday's show, like, if you guys have anyone in mind that it would be good for this kind of show, let me up. Someone sent this dude, so I was checking him out.
All right, we'll throw
I was
him
listening to
on.
his music on the way here, actually. So
That's so dope. It's actually cool for us even to connect with. Like, there's people that I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, I never, like I'm excited to see how we could grow this into something even way bigger in our community. Like,
yeah.
it's not a normal thing. No one's done this before. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I don't know if it's been done, but I just think it's like it would be really cool for us to do. And I think Chicago is like so big and it's so like
So much talent.
so
here,
much
too.
talent here. So
Yeah.
like you have so many musical
Yeah,
like
friends.
friends that are so talented in music,
Yeah.
just in your friends, So I just think like we have an opportunity to do something big. So
You know what's crazy?
why not do it? What's
Like,
up?
What's crazy is that like we got together at a coffee shop when we first met.
Low key.
For the first time too, like before T5. It was the answer was right there.
The coffee shop
Oh.
is where it all started,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, that was dope. I love how at the end of the show, we were thanking everybody. I gotta say this shit, man, because this guy
happened?
tried to make me look bad.
What
Because
hit-
Not
because
bad, but
I
I just had to thank the coffee shop.
I was saying thank you to everybody. Thank you guys, and like I'm all right. That's the show. Peace. Yazid takes the mic. Whoa, he forgot to thank the coffee shop,
I
guys.
didn't know their
I
name.
And then this guy didn't remember the name of the coffee shop, bro. This guy,
for like
this-
3 hours.
yeah, bro. This guy, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say thank you to the coffee shop. Mother effer, what's their name?
One more thing. We want to thank the coffee shop for letting us use their space. And Khalifa have been working so hard tonight. have to say it, Rami. I forgot the name. He said, let's give it up for the coffee shop. Complimentary Cafe is the name. One more time for the coffee shop, guys. Thank you guys so much, please.
What's their name?
Wait,
boy?
do you
trying to
remember their
make me
name
look
right
bogus.
now? Do you know the name?
What's their name?
No, Complimentary Cafe.
Oh, shout out Complimentary Cafe.
Shout
That's,
out, man.
you know,
They're
Shout out,
very
shout
nice.
out, shout out.
Everything.
No. I mean, like, it was like just in case you forgot. First, I mentioned it as
Just in
like,
case I forgot.
was like-
You forgot.
no. At first, I was like, oh, like I just want to say thank you. And then when I heard your voice, it was like I'm like, oh no, he's gonna roast me. And then I said, cause Rami forgot. No. It was a good time, though. Alhamdulillah, man. Thank you, Rami, for.
Man, Rami hosted this thing yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for letting me host.
I can't wait for the people to see Adil's new stuff too, man.
Bro,
this is my
Adil's new
favorite
stuff.
Adil stuff.
Everybody
man.
came with new stuff.
Yeah, we all did. new
Everybody
stuff.
came with new stuff.
That was
It was
good.
freaking dope. I peer pressured this guy and it
Go
worked.
off. Yeah.
So I'd rather eat as easily too. I feel like you were ready to go anyways.
Because I think like when we looked at it, I was like, oh, we have time. We could add more
Yeah.
to 500. You know.
Yeah, but there was a hard out though. That was
Yeah.
They were very much like, all right, now let's
11.
freaking.
Yeah, get out.
Dude, that's the best part of the shows is at the after the show when you're just
course.
chilling for an
Yeah.
hour. Even like right now, bro, we were there for freaking a minute, bro.
That's the hard thing, and you want to say hi to everyone, and like I want to talk
course.
to every
Yeah.
individual, and sometimes like people want to wait, but then they see you're busy, they leave, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, but
I feel bad.
that's the
too.
hardest part is that, you know.
Yeah, especially if they make the drive out there, they take the time,
So,
all
like
that.
today, my high school teacher came. You know, I haven't seen her in
Damn.
10 years almost. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like you know,
What was that difference? I mean, obviously, other than length of time,
yeah.
like environment wise, between performing yesterday and today.
I,
Today was theater. Yesterday
Yeah.
was.
I think
the
you know what
coffee
I'm
shop.
real like, and I'm trying to practice this where it's like, in the end of the day, like I sometimes overhype every show differently. Like, oh, this is Laugh Factory stage. I gotta go crazy. Like, oh, this is the
Yeah.
improv debut. I like play into it and I build it and get like, you know, sometimes you get stressed, you start fearing it, but then I have to remind myself like, none of the day is just a microphone. It's just a stage. Whether it's a bakery, whether
Yeah.
it's Madison Square Garden in the future,
Inshallah.
it's just the jokes gotta be good and you
Yeah.
gotta feel confident and just have fun. I'm trying to learn how to have fun more up there. You know what I mean?
I think you're just succeeding.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm-
You're way. For those who don't know, this guy or Younis used to be very word for word.
Yeah.
I need to freaking say my script.
Exactly
if I mess
like
up
this.
one word, then
Yeah.
I have to. It's like it reminds me like my brother. He used to do this thing where like he'd only know how to get places from our house.
Oh,
So like he
wow.
couldn't like he'd have to drive back home so we could drive to like Subway or
Was
something.
this before GPSs?
Yeah,
or-
there, low key. Now that I think about it, there was GPS. I don't know why he was like that. I really don't know why he was like that, but that's what he was on.
Yeah.
So like he'd drive home and then he'd drive there. I feel like that's what you were with.
Yeah, because you feel safe. You're
You
like, I
needed that.
know every pothole, everything that's, you
Yeah.
know, but then the reality of it is, bro, you just, people are there to have fun. You
Yeah,
know, no one really knows
yeah.
what I'm planning to say. Like, and so riffing and realizing that riffing works and I'm
Just fun and
I'm
letting
just
go.
being funny, not trying to be funny, not writing funny. I'm just being, and I'm being present. And like, you know, like we were joking about like J. Cole talks about meditation every podcast, you know,
Yeah.
but that does help.
guy.
Like I was meditating before this. I think that's the biggest thing in life is just to be in the moment. Like really, like I went out of my way to like, once it was all like I got there early. I was just like trying to take it all in. I took pictures. Like I want to look back this day and like say that I felt every emotion, experienced every aspect. And you know, I just want to get better at that aspect in general. From whether it's tomorrow we as a group do, you know, whatever we do, I just really want to take it all in and be like, man, we did that. I didn't, you know, because sometimes you get so tunnel vision on working hard and like prepping and trying to do the best you can. And it's like you miss out on the little moments, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like I did a good job today of taking it in. And
You think you were present?
I feel like, especially there was moment I could have been more,
Yeah.
but this is the most present I've been. I feel like, and there was especially like certain pockets of it that I felt really comfortable up there, and I was just being. And I think crowd works help with that when you're just talking to the
Yeah.
crowd. It forces you.
Bro, there was
Yeah.
that one you were like, you asked them how they met, and that one lady was like, we had a photography business. I was doing photography in the photography business. She said the word photography like 10 times. I was like, bro, if you don't fry this woman right now for like the worst answer ever. And then she's like, I only started loving him after 20 years. I was like, bro, why would you say that now? What,
Yeah,
you freaking
that's so
exposing that in
bogus to
front
say
of-
about your husband
Yeah.
of 20 years.
Your husband?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
right? In
Because
front of
that's-
everybody.
bro.
And I asked him, when did the photography business become successful? He's like, after 20 years. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
that's,
you
you
connected
got
the
your
dots.
answer, man. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Damn, that was awesome. What about you? You guys think you've been more present on stage, or you guys think like, do you guys black out and you just afterwards like, okay, that happened, or like,
Presence, yes. Like it's like I don't think about too much about like the set. like I try not to look at my notes like when it comes like to showtime. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I gotta same thing that Younis was saying, to look at
Everything, yeah.
Sometimes like when I go out and perform it, it just sounds very scripted, very robotic in a sense.
Yeah.
You know?
No emotions.
Yeah. So and then if it's my first time performing that bit, then I just look back at it and see where I can animate it more.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I look back and I just memorize that, and I'm like, all right, cool. And it's just rinse and repeat. But yeah, no, like being present is really, I would say, yeah.
I feel like I was a really calm composure on stage. Like when I watch you, I feel like you're in control of the whole time. I was like,
no matter what.
No matter what, yeah. Like I never feel like he's flustered. Like that's something I love watching Adil said is just like that's something I want to always improve on. But it's like since day one, Adil like sits on the stool.
Yeah,
you know, he's just.
I love when you sit on the stool because I know some fire freaking shit is coming whenever I
It's like it's like story time. Like, all right, what's he gonna say? You know, and have you always been like that? Or what's stress like for you? Because I've actually never asked you. Like,
no, I mean, I think at our last T5 show last year was August 2022.
Yeah.
We did 2 nights. The second night was like really bad for me, man.
I remember that day.
And it was like eye-opening for me because it was like, oh, like this set worked yesterday, so I'm good. Like I'm gonna be fine. And then when I went up there, like
energy was different.
I don't know if it was me, if I was really tired, or like I was delivering it differently. But like they just were not. Like no one was like. There were jokes that just flat. And I was like, well, this is weird. But I remember watching it back. I was like, I was just moving on.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what to do. But I think I realized that's kind of like, I want to be able to, like, after that, I was like, I want to be able to kind of just address what just happened and like kind of shift and like be able to like, all right, like maybe move into crowd work a little bit, talk to people. So I think when we started doing I remember our shows in California, I was much more, when a thing wasn't going as well as I thought, I was like, all right, let me just talk to these people.
Boom. Yeah,
and I think like that's helped me. I learned that from you actually, Younis. So
thank you, man.
just kind of and we talk about it a lot, just being present. Like, if something doesn't work, whatever, man. Like, just start talking to people.
You know why I think it's beautiful to do that is because sometimes people they don't like to joke. But you ever seen a comedian that's like bombing, let's say, or jokes not working, but they think like, what? Come on, it's great. And it's like, nah, you know at your heart when a joke doesn't hit a certain way. You're like, all right. So addressing it, I feel like it does hurt. You feel it, and you could be like, they don't understand comedy, but it's like, yo, guys, all right, that's fair. That's a fair reaction.
Yeah, I really don't like when comedians blame audiences, especially like into their face, like, oh, you guys don't understand. Like, no, just like, bro, you might just not have it.
You got to call audibles. And
you got to be able to like adjust and like, all right, now let me just talk to the audience. If they're not liking this type of joke, let me talk about this. One thing I actually learned from that last year's set was I started off like way too aggressive. I was talking about like women in sports and just like making fun of stuff like that. And I'm like, I can't do that. Like,
what do you think about women in sports?
You can watch back my set, dude. I think like the best way to start a set, I realized for me, is to start with something self-deprecating.
You told me that in Canada. Remember Canada when we had the first night? That first night in Canada was hard. It was
dude. He went. He's just like, all right, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Younis. Let's talk about abortion.
These motherfuckers don't know me. They're like, who is this guy? And then I'm like, all right, let's talk about Jesus. I'm
all right, man. Let's school shootings, guys. Right?
And then I get off stage. I'm like, fuck, Adil, what did I do wrong? He's like, Younis, maybe open with like dating jokes.
Like, talk about like do your parents or cousins joke. Like that gets people on your side right away. Like
you got to win them, and then you can do whatever you want.
Then you can start talking about it. That's one thing I really learned. Like when I like bombed that last year, I was just like, all right, like especially bombing at like T5 show, I just feel way worse than any other. You know, I've bombed everywhere else, obviously, but it's like, at a T5 show, it just feels different. You're like, oh,
like this your people.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I know these people. Like these people.
You know what? It felt like at that Canada show, it felt like we held them hostage, bro. It felt like we forced them to sit there and they didn't want to be there type thing.
I felt so bad.
It felt awful, bro. I wish you came. You stayed just that one more day because the next day in Ottawa was
the best
a
show.
180, bro, and it was amazing. And I was like, I really wish you got to experience that because you went home with like that show and like ketchup chips, and I was like, no. I was like, this isn't it. This isn't it. We can't take this L.
What was that first show at? What city was that?
Waterloo. Kitchener, Waterloo.
We got to redeem ourselves. We got to go back to Waterloo and
I don't know what it was
We
about
do.
the show. I think it was just kind of.
I mean, I don't, there's a lot
man.
of, you know what it is? I think I went up first. I probably killed the energy of the room with the abortion.
I don't know. It was, but it was like
From
there was
what
no host either. It was a
Yeah.
pass the mic. Sorry,
pass
Yazid,
the
go
mic
ahead.
thing. Yeah.
From what I understand it from the people there, most of them are university students in Waterloo.
Mm.
So I don't know if that has to do anything with.
I don't know. It was
No,
just
I
one of
don't
those,
think
you know. I like how we started the podcast. We should never blame the audience. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
The
those.
audience
No, we're not saying they're
Sorry,
bad,
Except
but
them.
right? But that was just like, bro, I remember one by one, like you came back, bombed, you came back, bombed, I came, and I was like, I remember walking off stage like, good luck, Adil. I was just like, fudge, bro.
I know 10,
And you-
10 seconds into the set how the rest of the set's gonna be.
Low key,
I
but you know what it was, dude? Yazid was
Yeah.
wearing shorts.
Yeah,
I think
Yazid
that's
was
what it
wearing-
was.
That was the
bro.
first time ever wearing shorts, and I was like, you know what? Like, I don't think I'm gonna do this again.
Bro, how awkward was that? Your freaking leg is out. So that weird? Your kneecaps are showing.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell
I
jokes.
forget that I'm lengthy. You know,
You are
It's like,
lengthy.
Younis wears shorts. It's almost like 3/4. Like,
Yeah.
Capris.
Capris. But for me, I was like, oh shoot.
I think if I wore shorts, they'll really see how tall I actually am. Like the pants kind of
How
cover.
short you
yeah.
I don't know, man.
No, but going back to like kind of it's still like having fun like on stage.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
learned this a lot from like Hassan Phil's.
Hassan Phil.
Shout
Yeah.
out
He doesn't
Hassan.
give up fudge,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And the
He's
thing
so
is,
real.
like anytime, like this was from last year when he came. Not only when he went to Canada, but when he came
came
to Chicago. Like anytime before I go on stage, well, like the words, like his words, like, "Hey, just have fun, bro." You
That's
know? And
real,
It's just
yeah.
kind of like that big bro, like.
Hassan's the
Thanks,
guy,
man.
man.
He's the best, bro.
Like I learned that from him, and even like with like being
Mashallah.
animated on stage, I actually learned a lot from Momo. To be honest,
Hey.
Like, he was one of the first first time he ever did that, like the kindergarten.
I'm almost theatrical with it.
Like,
He
it
is
was
super
just, like,
theatrical.
Wow, you know. So I really like. I always try like to implement a little bit from everyone that I learned
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
And just that little piece of like. So it's shout out Momo.
It's beautiful to see the growth. It's beautiful to just like I can't wait to see what Momo said's gonna be in 10 years. Rami said's gonna be in 10. Like this is we're like babies in this shit. You know what I mean? Like when you think of somebody like George Carlin who has like 20 something specials. You know,
Yeah.
and it's just like and seeing how he evolved over time. I think that's my favorite thing about just art in general is just watching evolve and you know today is one of those days where it's like all right we got today done yesterday's and then like. Whoa, when we do the podcast 5 years from now, I'm excited to see what we talk about then. Are we
Inshallah, man.
maybe Mia Khalifa follows Yazid back? Yo, we'll get it, you
Follow me
know.
back, Mia. I need most of my followers are 15-year-olds. I need to flex on these guys.
Hey, yes sir, yes sir.
So the truth comes out. Yazid.
T5.
Damn, bro. What a life, man. Yeah, this shit is nuts, bro. Freaking Lockport, Illinois.
Yeah.
Freaking Crystal Lake, whatever.
We've
That
done
was-
some.
That was our first taping for all three of us.
Yeah.
Oh, we done it.
I did it too.
Did you ever get that
I
footage?
never got it.
I don't think you got the footage.
I remember I was like so excited. I'm like, oh, they're filming it, and then he's like, yeah, just email this guy. He'll send it to you. And I emailed him. He's like, oh, I'll get it to you in a week. I emailed him.
Never
like,
got it?
Yeah, I'll give it to you next week.
And then I remember you.
And then he
texted
just
me.
started ghosting me, dude.
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
that. They definitely did that.
I was like,
Damn.
all right,
When
man.
you did it, was it during COVID?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
from
How many
COVID.
people were in the? Was it like a?
There was like 20 people.
Were you
but
able to
it was,
move?
It was a good
They
set.
told me I couldn't move out of like I can't
The
move the
circle,
touch
right?
stand. No, I couldn't even touch the
No, they let me
microphone.
touch stuff.
I remember that was my first
Yeah.
time performing like this. So
Yeah,
just, I
same,
don't know what to
yeah.
do with my hands.
Like
I'm
a
always used to
mimer.
holding it, you know.
I remember when we did My Buddies once. There was like a mic coming out.
Oh
of the
yeah.
side.
Fight night?
That was weird.
WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
was a
Mr.
good mic.
Kennedy vibes, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, that was we had the same thing. The mic was first of all, it was like an Elvis mic. It was like the old mic, like the old school mic. It wasn't like a
Yeah.
new microphone. And it was there, and he's like, "You can't touch the mic. You can't move." So I was just, like
weird,
this.
yeah.
Like we were just talking like that, and freaking.
and it's not like we had that much. We had just
Yeah.
started in comedy at the
Yeah,
time too.
bro,
So I was like,
and-
all right, I can't move right now.
It was weird, bro. And there was 7 people in the crowd for me. It was like like COVID, and so there was, it was a 300 seat theater.
And those 7 were spread apart.
They were
like,
spread apart, and they
far.
were old people. And I made a joke
Yeah.
about Drake, and they were like, "Who's Drake?"
The guy said, "Is that a bird?"
Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
I looked
my
into
God.
it. Drake is the name of a bird. There is a bird named
Bro,
Drake.
to know the bird over the
pop
star,
artist?
bro,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the what,
That's crazy, man.
bro. I was literally like, once I heard that, I was like, I'm doomed. This is,
Yeah.
but it went way better than I would have thought it would.
Yeah, no, for like what it was like good. But
Rap's a rap,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it was. I still have the video.
Yeah, I look. I think I was rewatching it actually, prepping for this hour, and I was like,
Yeah.
Damn, nah, I don't even need to look at these shows. They just sell ass, man.
There's
That
no
was a
need.
shitty. That was such a. It was COVID too, man. That was
Yeah.
literally, man.
It's fun though.
Remember, I think one of the first shows as a group we did back, we came back was remember the Crabshack show. Have we talked about this
Oh,
before in the
yeah.
pod? I don't want to
No,
like.
we never talked about it on the pod. No,
did-
that
I
was
wasn't there.
You weren't there?
I
It was a
in Vegas
mess,
by then.
bro.
Yeah.
There was like a little person as a DJ. People didn't know it was a show. They were eating crabs, like literally.
Bro, literally in the middle
And the
of a
football game was
punchline.
playing,
Yeah,
literally. And I
bro.
remember I was like, and they didn't know a comedy show was happening.
They were just mad. They were just annoyed.
So I remember I went up there. I'm like, anyway, so dated, right? The guy's like trying to watch the game, but like I'm in his way. So I was like, oh, the football game's on.
Bro.
Who's winning? And he's like, it doesn't matter. The guy was so pissed. He's like, just get out the way, man.
It was
Like,
bad.
if it was regular food, I think they'd be more attentive. But like crabs take so much focus
Yeah.
and crack.
Bro, it
Of
comes in a
course.
plastic bag, bro. It's
Yeah.
like, all you hear is literally, I'm like, man, you know, what's the deal? And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Damn, you did a T-Mobile store show before.
Oh yeah, cricket wireless.
Cricket, yeah. I remember I was so pissed that I couldn't make it. Like I wanted to. I was like, wait, because originally you went to just clean up Chicago, right?
Yeah,
it was like a cleaning
it was like a
day,
charity thing.
A charity thing, and I was like, Rami, it was like early in the morning. I'm not coming, but then he's like, dude, I got to perform at cricket. I was like, God damn it, I should have came. I needed that, man.
That was so funny, bro. Where I was in the corner of a cricket wireless G with like a speaker and a microphone, and people were actively buying family plans.
Like iPhone
as I was,
6,
yeah, like
Someone
as I was
doing
doing
this
it. It was so funny, bro. People were walking in, and I'm just like sitting in the corner, like trying to tell jokes, bro. But it went. Dude, I got booed. That was my first time getting booed.
Because your opener was,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I have T-Mobile.
Yeah, I opened with that, and they started booing me. But I think T-Mobile bought cricket, so
But you called it.
I was one step ahead of the game, man. But that was actually a really good show, man. I had a blast doing that show. Didn't you and Momo do like a show at like a birthday party or something recently?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we did.
how did that
What
go?
was that?
I didn't ask
We-
you guys
He
about
had a
that.
50th birthday party.
Yeah, we did.
How was that? Bro, that was a really like shaped 50-year-old. I was thinking my
Momo always watches people with like a health, like massage health glance. Like,
How can I help? Momo looked at it as an opportunity for his business, dude. He's like, I'm gonna get this guy a massage, man. But he's like, no, this guy's too good in shape, man.
anytime I'm talking to Momo, I was like, yo, I heard you met so and so. Yeah, but did you see their posture? That's not a joke. He's like, they walk weird. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, his posture's like this one. It should be like that. I was like, dude, you
Use
just
massage.
yeah. He gives him a call.
Come in for a session. The first one's free. Okay, let me fix it. But how was that show?
But the
though?
show was, I think it went pretty good considering the circumstances.
What was the
Whoa,
circumstance?
yeah, what the hell is
This
this?
is brown people, old
Oh,
brown
God.
people, old brown Muslims.
How
But
did
I
this
thought they were
happen?
attentive and they liked it, huh?
How did it happen?
I got reached out via text and they were like, "Hey, I got your number, and you do comedy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Hey, my husband has a birthday party, 50 years old. You want to come?" I'm like, "All right." Am I getting paid? And she's like, "Yeah." And then it was supposed to be at her house,
Oh wow.
but then she's like, "Oh, it's too many people, so we got like a little
like a
hall.
hotel lobby.
This guy sold
Hotel
out his
lobby
50th
room.
birthday.
Okay.
Huh?
But here's the
Okay.
thing, though.
We got free food too, man. It
That's
was
love.
it was good, sweet deal.
Here's the
That's
thing.
love.
I just got a text, right? And he has no idea who that text was from.
Yeah.
So some random person had Adil's number.
Yeah, I asked her like, "Yo, who?" I was just curious, like, where did you get my number? And she's like, "Oh, this is a person who's seen you perform before." I'm like, "Who?" Like, there's a lot of people.
Sorry, we can't
like-
talk about that.
Yeah, like she just wouldn't tell me. And then at the event, I asked her in person, and she's like, "Oh, you know, like I don't remember, but I'll look in my phone and I'll text you after." Never texted me.
What's the history between you and trolling, man? Where does that stem from? You always have this knack to mess with people and go through crazy
Channels to do
Yeah,
so.
and I
channels
waste
just
a
to
lot of
make
time too. It's like sometimes I'll spend like 4 hours. I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. You know, I don't know. I think a lot of my family are like a bunch of like they always troll each other. So like it starts on a genetic level, I think, and then it goes into when I was like a kid, bro. Like I think coming here as an outsider, when you're born somewhere else and you come to America and you're just an outsider, I feel like you have always a different POV. And I've always noticed that so many people take life so serious. There's so many people that are just like, they gotta live by everything is just da da da. And I'm always like, man, it's not that serious. Like,
Yeah, I love
so
that
I love poking at that. Like, I love like, you know, that's like the love of it is for me. And then it's just fun, man. Like, it's cathartic. That's a new word I learned.
Can you define that word, please?
It just feels good. I don't know. I think it feels good. Like I just heard rappers say this song. Like, I gotta bring that into combo one day. But it felt like good. It just feels good to troll, man. I don't know. Like I just get a kick out of it. Like even if no one's laughing, but I love. Like it's for me. Like some trolls are just like I go to sleep and I'm like, oh yeah, Daniel Caesar. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was a good one.
I love.
that
What
was fun, man.
is it annoying to have a friend that's always trolling, Mo?
No, because actually I'm trolling you right now.
Oh.
He pulls out. He's Daniel Caesar.
It's just a blank face.
Who else is a troll in our group? Do you feel like this?
I think we all are, bro.
Adil doesn't troll a lot. That's how
Yeah, I don't troll too much. I think there's too much trolling in this group for me to add on to it.
You know something? I've
I
only
troll other
trolled
people.
Adil one time. I
What was
remember. It
Oh,
was me and Momo Cahoots, guy in Cahoots. We invite Adil to the podcast, right?
This never got. Does it get uploaded?
This got deleted.
Oh, yeah,
Again,
remember this,
the
yeah.
editor lost the footage. But the premise of this story is I didn't know how serious there was. You know, when Momo does this thing where it's a joke, but there's truth in there.
Yeah.
Momo's the king of that. Where any joke, I'll do any joke, and Momo's like, "There's definitely truth in there." So I didn't know this about. That's how Momo operates. So Momo's like, "Yeah, Adil and I." What was the argument about? Like he told you to use
it
the
was
bathroom.
a very something minimal thing that I think that Adil did, but I
to
was
you,
like,
and you felt some type of way about it a little bit.
It was so like before the show,
Oh.
I was looking for Momo because he was hosting.
It was in
Yeah.
the
And I was
bathroom.
trying to cue up the music. I'm like, yo, I need to let him know there's one more song before his.
You gotta go. Yeah.
And then Momo,
couldn't find him.
I couldn't find him because Momo has a pre-show ritual that I
takes
won't expose.
Yeah. He goes.
I was in the
that thing he was
bathroom.
just using the bathroom.
Yeah, he uses the bathroom.
And so you couldn't find him. When you finally found him, you're like, "Yo, you should have told me you were using the bathroom," which something like that, right?
Yeah, like
which is
let
fair
me
to
know
say
because I have to cue the music. I have
super
like,
fair.
Yeah.
However, Momo felt some type of way.
okay, wait, don't
Like-
just say the other part. You gotta say my part of the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my part, I mean, I understand, we're having a show. Everybody's kind of in their own head, stressed. But I also was doing since I came in, I was setting up and everything.
Prepping.
I went
Nervous.
right to work. And then, all right, I got to take a shit. And I fucking, I'm
And
like,
so
I've
you
been
go.
holding it in because I got to freaking do my, set up the whole thing.
So you go take a
And then I go
shit.
take a shit, and Ala comes like, he's yelling at me. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I was fucking working this whole time.
Not yelling,
But
man.
it was, before shows, we gotta let the
yeah,
viewers
attention
know
high,
that this
attention
is
is high.
stressful.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
stressful,
Yeah,
you know.
there's
Because we don't have like a stage manager. We don't have a show manager.
No,
it's
just
like
us.
all
It's
of us
literally
have
us.
separate
Yeah, yeah.
responsibilities.
And every show is different. Sometimes Yazid is setting up the camera. Sometimes Momo's setting up the
Yeah.
banner, whatever.
Yeah.
And we're always doing something. So long story short, Momo, there's truth in the joke.
There is joke, and I did feel. I think I did feel some type of way,
But you
it was
never brought it up.
Nothing like substantial for me to
Yeah.
express it.
It wasn't that serious.
It wasn't that serious. However,
However-
did you? But I was
What
like,
if Momo went on stage and just trashed it? I've been working the whole time.
You can't take a shit in this bitch. He takes a shit off stage.
What about now? you don't want me to do it, huh? What now?
So we're like, me and Momo are together. We're like, let's do a pod. Adil's in town, and let's just invite him to a
Momo's
podcast.
eyes lit up. Adil's in town.
His stomach goes.
when Adil gets there, he's like, Adil, have a seat 1 second. He goes, all you hear is for Momo's taking a dump and shit.
So we're like,
Sorry,
doing this
Adil.
thing. And I forgot what, Mom was like, yo, let's troll Adil. I was like, we never trolled Adil. Yes, let's do it. And so like me and him are on the same page that, yo, we're gonna bring up this thing like, why does Mom gonna ask you permission to take a dump? Something like this.
Yeah.
So stupid.
It's the stupidest shit ever. But what we didn't realize was Adil was not in the mood that day. So then he goes, so what the fuck's the problem with that? He wasn't cussing.
Adil squared up.
But then, like, as I'm trolling, I realized it got serious. And I'm like, oh shit, how do I save this? I'm like, it's a joke. And I was like, what do you mean it's a joke?
He just is like this. It's a look at the camera. It's a prank. It's a whole. Hey, Momo, take a dump. Momo, come on. Do it. Hey.
Adil is mad. Momo is mad. I thought you're trolling. I thought you were on it. He's angry. Dude, it was just like, I was like, yeah, I'm never trolling. Because Adil used to joke about it on stage where he had like anger issues. And I was like, yeah, right. But that's like, oh yeah, Adil maybe did get over that. Like, yeah, there is some anger still there, you know. It was in a funny way, but then like we just laughed about it.
So what? So did you guys like film a regular episode after that?
Yeah, we did. I
We
think.
ended up filming a regular.
I think we did upload it, right?
Did we
The
upload?
episode we filmed an episode right after. I don't know if it ever.
Which
got-
episode was that? We have one, me, you, and Adil. I forgot the.
Yeah.
Bro, what I want to know is how much time you did at that birthday party. That's what I want to know.
I didn't do much. Adil was carrying that show.
How much time did you do?
30.
Damn, bro.
That's a lot.
Momo did I think like 10 or 15 up top.
Nice.
So it was a long show.
At a
They
hotel
were
lobby?
asking for an hour. I was like, I don't think you're gonna want an hour.
Yeah.
People are trying to eat. You know. So.
He says
Were people eating during? Oh, sorry.
It was an Indian guy's wedding or
It
birthday.
was Pakistani guy. I think he was Pakistani.
Yeah, he's Pakistani.
Is there
Pakistani
beef
guy,
between India and Pakistan?
No, yeah, it was a good show. It wasn't awkward. It was, I think, was it after food, right? Everyone had eaten.
Oh, so they weren't eating during your
yeah,
set?
they were
That's
chilling.
good.
Yeah, and everyone was like really.
I feel like they
chill,
were
man.
like bougie, like
They were
desi people.
bougie.
I felt like I didn't
Pakistanis.
belong. Yeah.
Like
Really?
they were high end.
Damn.
You know.
Okay,
I mean,
that's
like, bro, who
crazy.
throws a 50th birthday party, man?
That is true.
That's
They must
fun,
have
though.
money to
Like,
throw.
yeah.
something like
It's
that.
fun to
Yeah.
do stuff like that, though. I
Yeah.
figured I did that wedding like last week.
Oh yeah, I saw the clip. They were on a balcony.
We could put that in though. That freaking, bro, that was so. But you know what? It went way better than I would have thought. I did half an hour at a wedding, bro.
Man,
is
yeah,
is
that's-
where there's not supposed to be. Hold up.
Ooh, got it.
Got it.
Anyways,
Hey.
there wasn't supposed to be comedy. Like it was like so random to have comedy there. It was literally like it was someone's backyard. It was like a lake house, and like they put me on like a balcony, and I'm just overseeing these people, bro. And they were not. Some people were not listening. They're walking around. They're eating food. They're hanging out, and then like they were an hour and a half behind schedule, of course. And then the host, bro. We know this, bro, because we've been in these situations where like. With Daisies and Autumns, bro, whenever they see comedians that are actually comedians, they'll be like, oh, I gotta one up this guy. Oh, he thinks he's funny. I'm gonna freaking do
God,
something.
dude, yeah.
Like when we did the Street Reserve show and that goofy as hell barista comes on.
man.
I think that's just I think that happens a lot more during Daisy and Brown.
Yeah, bro.
But even regular people.
So annoying, bro.
Man,
Like
yeah.
that guy, bro, literally introduced. Like he's like, how do you want me to introduce you? I was like, oh, just say I'm the comedian. Mind you, there's no opener. There's no nothing. It's just me. This guy he takes the mic. He's like, guys, look, this comedian, he said he's the best comedian in the world. I don't know if he is or not. He might suck, but if he does, you could boo him, huh? All right, here's Rami.
Terrible.
I was like, what the like, what are you doing, bro? Why did you like, and he thought that was funny. Like, he thought that was, he comes up to me, he's like, what an intro, huh? Like, and I was like, and I literally take the mic, I was like, that was the worst intro I've ever gotten. He's like sitting in the back, like, just,
Those are the
it's
worst,
just
man.
like,
Yeah.
but you know what's weird? Like, so like, I asked the bride, I was like, yo, like, do you want me to roast your family members? Give me some info and I could customize jokes and write them for your family. And so she gave me like info about her family members, like a bunch of them too. And I wrote a joke for every single one of them just to roast these guys. And it was such a light roast, bro. There was nothing offensive. But like a lot of these people were not happy with the joke. But like, I'm like, why did you ask me to roast them? If like, you know what I'm saying? Why?
Yeah.
It's like Uncle Steve cheated on his aunt. Cheated on his
Like some
wife.
personal-
Yeah. I was like, come on, you cheated, right? You cheated. Yeah.
Hey, we know it's true.
Steve just failed high school.
But
Yeah.
just some random. Like, but it was like very light, bro. But you know, some people can't take it. So, but it was fun, man. I had a good time. We left. I still haven't gotten paid, man. I'm still waiting for my money, bro.
That's
Low
not
key.
good,
Did you have a contract? Damn.
I did not.
Hey,
Bro.
hey, Rami.
I mean, unless text agreement accounts.
I don't know, man.
But where's my money?
That's not fun, man.
Yeah, honestly, you gotta sign everything on a contract.
Yeah, it takes one to know one, Eunice.
The amount of times we've been robbed, this shit, bro, it's crazy.
Okay,
The amount of
you
times we
think I
didn't have a
learned by now.
contract is
I just trusted a Muslim, but I think they're still gonna pay.
Yeah, they'll pay.
I never trust Muslims. That's honestly, can we talk about that a little
The
bit?
thing is, like, I
business side
think
of
Muslims
things?
when they deal with other Muslims, they feel like there's more leniency.
Yeah,
so
they
they'll-
take their
100%.
time.
They'll-
It's our Muslim brothers.
yeah,
man.
they'll
Our
be.
Airbnb in New York, bro. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh my God, man.
Who we
Could
talk
you
about
do
that?
Let's talk about it.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
Yazid, why
God.
don't you tell the story over there?
Oh man.
Wash my hand
So
real
we booked an Airbnb in New York for one of our shows, and this person that we booked with, very sweet, Daisy guy, but he decided to hire painters the day that we get out there. It's like, oh, by the way, there's painters coming in like 30 minutes. Like, what? It's like, yeah, you guys gotta leave. Like, we're tired from like a flight.
flew in.
We had a show that night, right?
Had a show that night,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
so
flew
we
in.
just flew in. We were trying to get some rest before the show.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, no, they're just painting right now. So then when we got back after finishing eating, there was painters
Still there.
still there.
And it was like strong paint.
They
Like,
were,
the smell of the
it was really strong, and it was in each bedroom, so there was nowhere for us to lay down. So all of us like were just on a couch.
Look at this size, probably.
This size, yeah, just sitting and like trying to nap and trying to like.
Yeah.
Bro, it was bad, man.
That's crazy.
And the
And the workers
the
were looking
painters
at
kept
us.
going to the bathroom, man. We couldn't even use the
in the
bathroom.
bathroom, we couldn't.
kept-
Yeah.
Bro, he had the tallest ladder I've ever seen.
He
He's
had a
freaking
tall
like
ladder.
painting the ceiling and
And they were there for hours. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you
Yeah.
couldn't
And the
do
workers
this.
were looking at us like, when are these guys leaving?
Yeah, we were yeah, right?
Yeah,
like, we
bro.
were the problem. Like, we did not just pay all this money to rent out this Airbnb.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about it.
And then when we brought it up to him, he got pissed at us. Like, come on,
Yeah.
I thought we're Muslim. I thought,
Yeah.
but that's not what our relation is about, man.
Yeah.
Like, let us.
No, man.
You got our money
We
back.
got our
though.
money
We got our money back.
We got our money back. yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
He was so pissed. Yeah, I feel like he would have not done that if it was a different race.
No
or
way,
different-
dude. If
No,
it was,
hell
if it was, we were white people, he would be treating us like
1,000,000%.
kings, dude.
Damn, yeah.
He would've paid for our food,
Airbnb,
man.
yo, shout out Airbnb for getting us our money back. That was
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, man.
Well, what's his
Yeah.
face? But let's start wrapping up. But before
Let's
we
do
do, like, Eunice, how do you feel? Hours done.
Yes, sir.
You're going back to LA.
Yeah, just I remember thinking once I finish it and I'm gonna take a few days off when I get back to LA. No, I think now that I have the momentum going, I know what I got to
it up.
work on. I know, I just want to double down and just polish it. Hopefully run it back maybe November or something like that,
Inshallah.
and do it in Chicago. And then also do it in other cities too. I think now I'm comfortable enough where I could, I got out of my system that fear, the stress, the anxiety of that show. So it's like, okay, now I know what to expect. It's just another day in the office kind of vibe, and just get back to work. And I was someone I could breathe again, man. So alhamdulillah, just get back to work. And
Yeah, I miss you, bro.
I miss you guys too, man. I think I'll see you guys in October. I'll be back in town for a little bit, and then hopefully we do the November show. We have
Yes,
a
sir.
show planned in
Aurora.
Aurora. Shout out Aurora, and then. Yeah, man. I'm happy I got to do this. And this is, by the way, it's like, what time is it right now? Like, this 1:30. We did this right after
Oh,
the
shit,
show.
dude.
Yeah, we've been on the go all day, but
Oh.
it's felt good, man. And I'm grateful for you guys. I love you guys a lot, man. And this is just the beginning,
Inshallah. We love you too, brother.
Thank you, man.
Just hear something.
Speaking of UFC, I'm taking a jiu-jitsu class.
Are you?
They have first class today.
Oh, your first class ever is today?
Yeah.
You know, my cousin just did that shit, and he said that I don't know if you're gonna be sparring with anybody to do some moves, but he said the person that he was sparring with kept throwing him into the wall.